Hello, Namaskar. Now I'll talk to you about the concept of sin. Sin is supposed to be something derogatory, something against the collective wish, the collective body's wish. If you're living in a community or a village, and those people do not like or they prohibit certain actions, then their don'ts, it can be regarded as sin. For example, if that community is a spiritual community or a religious community like the Quakers or the Shakers or some of the Indian ashrams, then they are referred to as sin. Now what about those community by Reverend Jim Jones and David Koish? You know the rules and regulation that would tell him their sin. Those who forget the past, they are condemned to repeat it, and so on. Now, actually, the yogic concept of sin, or what is called mistake, is actually a distortion of the psychic pabula, in that there's an intention caused by karma or samskara, and the result is abnormal or fissiparous tendencies develop within the individual. So sin usually alienates someone from their originally cosmic pure conscious self. To return to your glory, your pristine glory, then the sin has to be erased. In other words, the indentation on the psychic pabula has to be reversed. It has to snap out. The process of that snapping out would require effort, either on the part of the individual himself or the part on some external force like the teacher or the guru, or even nature circumstantial pressures. Now, sin, according to Tantra, it's a natural situation, a natural occurrence. Is nothing to be afraid of. But when sin reaches on the borders of unforgivability, then it is called mahapatika, or great sin. And such a sin, right, it causes such an effect on the mind or the consciousness, in that one cannot return to normalcy so easily. One has to dedicate himself to some great mission in life, dedicate his whole life to service. So one may be unable to function properly until he gives himself to some higher purpose in life. There may be caused some incapacitation of your faculties, your body, your mind, your consciousness. So that's the effect of karmas and actions on the mind, the body and the soul and spirit and so on. So now, if you want to become free from your actions, the Ananda Marg, or the yogis of Tantra Yogas, they give a technique. They say repeat the Guru Mantra or the Madhuvidya, practice Madhuvidya, in that you repeat the Guru Mantra before every action. There's a lesson 2. You should try to get the lesson 2. When you repeat that, you'll be free from the consequences of your action. You'll simply be freed. And boy, won't you be lucky. So, remembrance of God will help you to perform good action. Helps you to be free from karma. Right? And for you to perform an action free from sin also, you need discrimination, what is called vivek, and also you need detachment, vairag. If you're attached to loss, you get frustrated, you get angry, you commit yourself, you create sin. So this is an example of how the chain of karma works. So one has to have some knowledge about metaphysics also, how the mind works, how the esoteric powers, how they function and so on. So now it is best, if you can free yourself from sins or karmas for many lifetimes. Imagine all of these accumulating through to many lifetimes. and they just build the mind become distorted, become incapacitated, so that a human body takes a form, or into an animal. Human body is transformed into an animal. You're born into certain families, certain geographical locations, certain situations and circumstances. All of these are the result of karmas or actions. Actions can be sinful or they can be pious. So most time yogis say that if you're born in a pious family, or if you are come from a religious or spiritual family, most likely there's some genetic engineering that will cause you to be of sound mind, stable mind, healthy body, and able to function as a leader and a spiritual power force within the society. Now, there's no need to become too concerned about sins, right? If one does not know right from wrong, right, it's most likely that you will perform the wrong without knowing. Or if you're in a situation where you're outnumbered by sinners, you might be forced or compelled into sinful activity or to wrong actions. So this is how the concept of Durjana and Surjana come about. If you have 10 points of goodness and you're surrounded by 20 points of negativity, you can be overcome by 10 points. So this is how the forces work, right? If you're outnumbered, then easily you will bend to sin and bend to weakness. So that's how the concept of Durjana, bad company, and Surjana, good company, works. So sin is relative. It depends on the place and time, and it's relative, right? So one should not think, I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner, I'm a thing. As you think, so you become, right? This is also the concept of Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, you think, so you become. So if you think you're good, you're pure, you're strong, you're healthy, so you will become also. So think